Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Turn up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
We're here to tell you what's up. And this is Charlotte's Own Turn It Up.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn, and today I will be discussing social media businesses. Ever think of starting an online business? Ever crossed an online ad? Well, here's some tips and information to help you on your business journey. Social media is a breeding ground for many things: friendships, relationships, traditions, and businesses, which are sometimes overlooked. And I would like to share some information on this with you today. Social media businesses are good because they help to build awareness for your business. People make livings off of social media businesses. There are many different social media careers, from a social media manager to a YouTube personality and even a youth outreach specialist. Social media marketing statistics show that only 2% of website visitors purchase on their first visit, although 71% of consumers who have had a positive experience with a brand on social media are likely to recommend the brand to their family and friends. Social media posts and ads are also key ways to drive traffic to your site. Social media is also a great way to come up with ideas. As Paul Barron said, "I use social media as an idea generator, trend mapper, and strategic compass for all our online business ventures." Also, social media businesses offers an easy and low commitment way for potential customers to express interest in your business and products. For no matter what you sell, social media can help you sell it. Your social accounts are a critical part of your sales funnel, the process through which a new contact becomes a customer. So, if you are thinking about starting a business on social media, refer to the information I've shared with you, for there are many things, opportunities, and outcomes with pursuing a social media business or career. This is Jocelyn, and I'm signing off on social media businesses.
Hi, I'm Sequoia. I'm here to talk about the elevation of social media. Social media has grown so much from 6 Degrees, which was the first social media site, made in 1977. Sadly, the site failed because of the limited people on the internet at the time, but since then, many more sites have came up. Like in 2003, the popular MySpace was created, which was replaced by the Facebook, which started as a way for Harvard students to communicate, and it also was a hot or not feature which compared yearbook photos of fellow classmates. It's kind of like an old school Tinder, I think. But other sites like Instagram, which launched in 2010 as a square photo editing software, a few months later they had a sharing feature added which shared photos to friends and family. In 2012, Instagram was bought by Facebook and they changed almost everything design wise. And in 2013, they changed so many things, it was barely Instagram anymore. Since 1977, so many things have changed in the social media game. I wonder if social media will be the same in 100 years from now, or will it be totally different? That was Sequoia, and I am signing off.
Hi, my name is Autumn, and today I'm going to be talking about signs you're addicted to social media. With the internet having 4.2 billion users and much of what we do being online, it's easy to feel reliant on social media to feel content. And you're not alone. An estimated 210 million people suffer from internet and social media addiction to some extent. Here are 3 signs you might be addicted to social media. The first sign is that you can't do anything without sharing it. It's completely normal to share a few photos of your life and the things you do every now and then. But if you're always pulling out your phone while you're out and you're not having a good time because you're too worried about getting all the best photos, then it might be a sign that you need to take a break. A 2011 study by AOL and Nelson showed that 3.2 billion images are shared every day. Try and live in the moment and enjoy what's happening around you. You'll have a lot more fun this way. The second sign is that you let it affect your self-esteem. If you think that whether or not you look good in an outfit or how nice your hair is dependent on if you get a certain amount of likes on a post, then that's an issue. The University of Copenhagen conducted a study that found that many people suffer from Facebook envy, with those who abstain from using it reporting feeling more satisfied with their lives. You should know that it doesn't matter what a bunch of strangers on the internet think about you. Don't let it influence how good you feel about yourself. The last sign is that it's the first thing you turn to vent out all of your feelings. After you've done something like had a breakup or have gotten into a fight with your best friend, the last thing you want to do is share all that personal information online. Doing this might cause people to avoid trusting you because they know that you might share their business with all of your followers. Remember, this is social media, not your online diary. Most of the people following you probably don't have your best interests at heart. The average Facebook user has 155 friends, but would only trust 4, which is about 0.3% of them in a crisis. You don't want to involve them in such personal matters. So, if you have shown any of the following signs, then it might be a sign that you're addicted to social media. But with effort and self-control, you can always become less reliant on it. This has been Autumn Davis talking about social media addiction.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Kyle, aka Big Ace. Today we are talking about internet sensations, or people getting famous on the internet platforms. People we are talking about are XXXTentacion and Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry's first song is a mixtape featuring Space Ghost Perp. XXXTentacion's first song was Vice City. Both artists has a very positive effect on the world, to help the world, not just to look good to the world, but to help others like their fans who are in need. Denzel Curry is currently working on an album with his biggest song, Clout Cobain. XXXTentacion is currently dead, leaving a positive message on the world, still where some of X's closest friends are still keeping his music alive. This is Kyle. I'm out. Peace.
Social media has influenced people just like you, me, or anyone you know that uses a smartphone or computer with social media platforms since the dawn of Facebook and Instagram. Users know the sites and symbols to identify them like the back of their hand, but what gets people like me so hooked? Why is it something that we turn to for all of our answers, advice, or even entertainment for the day? Hi, I'm James, back again on the Talk It Up Teen Radio podcast, here to discuss what effect social media has on the youth. This is Teens on Tech. Here today I have Jamaica Anderson, a local coordinator of several outreach programs here in Charlotte, as well as directing the teen radio program itself for my school, and has recently received the 2018 Crowning Achiever Award. I'll be taking some time to see what she thinks about the correlation between teens as well as millennials and their influences and how they may be intertwined with social media platforms. Jamaica, I'd like to thank you for coming out today.
I'm excited.
I'd like to start off by asking you, what was one of the first social media platforms you started using, whether you were a kid or a teenager in high school or even in college?
Well, the first social media platform I got on was MySpace when I was in college. It was maybe 2003, 2004. and I had a MySpace page that was, I think it was lit. It had music on there. When you turn on my page, I had my own anthem music that was playing.
Really?
Yes, background kind of fit my personality. You know, it was very colorful. You had so many things you could do with MySpace. That was my first encounter with social media in college.
Interesting. I think the first real site where I got introduced into social media had to be Instagram.
Really? What year?
I think back in 8th grade.
Okay.
And it seems simple enough, you know, you post a couple pictures, you get likes, repeat. But at first, it seemed like nothing, but now it's really gotten out there. You know, there's tons of different people using it, different celebrities, artists,
Definitely.
musicians.
Social media wasn't that way initially. Social media was more so local community, regular people that you just know. I remember when Facebook first launched in 2005, I think, on my campus, because it was just for colleges. You know, it was just for college students. That was it. It was only college students. So you wanted to connect with those people on your college campus and then possibly students on other campuses. But it was not open. It wasn't a platform where you can reach out to a celebrity or go on their page. You know, it has evolved so much.
Really, because it seems like everywhere you go now, you see adverts and things like that for social media. You know, 1 in 3 people has a social media platform that they use almost every day. You know, every single minute they have their phone in their hand. They're putting out their social everywhere they go, even at their job. You know, social media has a way to determine nearly everything you do and influence everything you do in your daily routine. But sometimes it can't be so positive because we look at things like, you know, just simple stuff. You know, what you want to buy for the day is lunch. What you want to wear when you're going out for the night.
Yeah.
But
and social media is tracking all of those things.
Because they use a lot of different subliminals to get your attention on certain things, and a lot of different algorithms, which can't always be so positive, because you could just be out about with some friends and talking about something, and then instantly you'll get a notification on your phone about someone or something that's following you on a certain platform that you didn't even realize you were interested in until you look at it on your phone.
You're right. I mean, social media is different things for who. It depends on who's the user of it. So for someone like you, social media might be just what you think its intent is, just to be social and connect to people. Social media for someone like me that's an entrepreneur and engaged in a lot of different initiatives in the community, it's a branding platform. It's a branding tool to kind of get awareness and promote events and connect on a business level. But then marketers, there's the businesses, their intent behind social media is there, and social media has catered to these different entities, these different individuals, and how they see it and how they use it. The tools are there, so marketers are there to promote. That's why you see all those ads, those banner ads that pop up once you're there. Social media, especially Facebook, they're the king of social media. They have figured out ways to track your usage when you shop online, connecting those businesses there. Even simple things such as what we think as the checking in tool. When you're checking in into a restaurant to say, hey, I'm here. You go on that vacation and you're like, I'm checking in the Bahamas at this resort.
Right.
Yes. And then so, you know, for us, we're thinking, hey, we're just checking in. We're just letting people know. But no, you're basically doing consumer generated marketing. You're promoting these businesses. It's a business tool for those businesses to be able to be linked to social media. So it serves different purposes, and some of us aren't aware in how that's impacting us.
It's almost a little disturbing because, you know, as soon as you sign up for these apps, it's asking for just countless reasons why they need access to your mic, your audio files, your media files, everything that's really personal to your phone, even your contacts. Do you think that this is necessarily safe for someone who may be my age or even younger that's using social media?
Well, safety is a huge issue with with many social media platforms. That's why it's very important for teenagers and parents to be aware of the tools that are in place to ensure privacy is taking place. There's always tips for teens to make sure that to ensure that they're being involved in social media in a safe way, which is one, not accepting friend requests from anyone. I know sometimes it's all about how many followers I can get or how many fans I can get, but really it's not about that when it comes to safety. It's about accepting requests from friends and family that you know, because you don't want to get all this access to people have all this access to you, and you never know what their intent is. And then you do need to be mindful of your privacy settings. Go through your settings. Make sure everyone can't see everything that you're sharing. You have to be mindful of what you're posting. Even a simple picture of taking in front of your home, you may be showing them your address, and when you post it, sometimes geolocationing is on, and it's also tagging your location. When someone click on that photo, it's showing them where you are. Pull up a map. It'll pull up a map and show them where you were when you made that post. So you need to make sure your settings on your cell device are limited, and also you need to make sure settings on your actual account are private and limiting what those that are seeing your page can have access to.
It's funny that you bring up those things about safety and, you know, giving out personal information, but there are a lot of jobs nowadays that give so many opportunities to people just because they have a trending social media account.
Mm-hmm.
But as a final question, do you think that in the future social media will influence a lot more things than just shopping and, you know, getting a few laughs off of a funny video? Do you think that may turn into a positive, giving people like me and youths and millennials trying to find a good job a few more outlets than just having to put in constant applications and resumes?
Well, definitely. Social media has already kind of headed in that direction. You know, there's different purposes for different social media platforms. Just like you have different fast food restaurants where you can go get your tacos from Taco Bell, your chicken from Bojangles. You know, social media there's a plethora of different types of social media. So you have your Facebook, you have your Instagram for photo blogging, but then you also have LinkedIn. So you have profiles like LinkedIn where you can create a professional account, and a lot of those businesses that are connected to LinkedIn, they have easy apply buttons on there. So your page is your resume. Your page is your resume, and the people that are connected to you on LinkedIn, you know how on Facebook you have friends and you have followers. Well, those people, those are connections that you have, and those connections can make references for you on your behalf on LinkedIn. They can make referrals to you. It'll show you who's connected to you for certain jobs. So social media does have already something in place that creates opportunities for people like me and you professionally. And I definitely think as we continue to evolve in social media, we're going to see more fast food type industries come about with different social media platforms, more social networking sites that are just for fun, and we're going to see more business social media networking sites that evolve as well.
Well, I wish we had more time to speak on this, but we're going to have to move on to the next segment. I'd like to thank you for coming out to talk with me today.
You're welcome.
And I hope you all enjoyed listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Michaela.
And I'm Zainira. Today we will be reporting on how the Black Lives Matter movement had on social media going crazy in the city around you.
The Black Lives Matter movement was evolving and still is evolving. It first gained national attention from demonstrations against police brutality a few years ago. Now activists are expanding their focus to other local issues.
Not only are black people a part of this movement, but there are people from other races you can think of supporting this movement.
This movement originally started in 2012 when young Trayvon Martin was shot and killed at the age of 17 by George Zimmerman. This movement caught all the tweets and shares when Zimmerman was acquitted at his trial.
Michaela, I remember that the black community was shocked. I couldn't believe that myself.
Think back to the same year Zimmerman sold the gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin for $25,000.
Well, at that point, I would have thought that he was just trying the black community.
But Zainir, that's not all that happened in the year of 2012. Teenager Jordan Davis was shot. He was only 17. Jordan and his 3 friends were stopped at a gas station after they were approached by a white man, Michael Dunnan. After a verbal argument about the volume of the teenager's music, Dunnan was shot 10 rounds into their car, killing Davis.
Well, I am lost at words, but here are a few more events that happened after. Renisha McBride was shot dead in Detroit after a car accident in 2013. I Can't Breathe. Eric Gardner was choked to death on Staten Island in New York in 2014. And John Crawford was killed by police at a Walmart in Ohio in 2014.
Wow, Zainir, but the Black Lives Matter activists face off at protests around the world.
So go out and join them.
Make that change.
Make that choice.
Be the voice.
Thanks
for listening.